And just like that, somehow we have crawled our way with tramadol, with ibuprofen, with paracetamol, with every other drug known to man, to Friday. Yay! Hi, everybody. I'm Russ Kane. This is the Midday Show. You are incredibly welcome. Now, it being Friday, you saw that. It being Friday, that means it's Showbiz Day. Showbiz Day. And no one is more showbiz than our fantastic, our very own theatre critic. You know him, you love him. If you need a gin and tonic in the interval, here's the man to get it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Baz.
Good day to you, sir. And indeed, there's been a lot of shows that I've been at. There's been a lot of gin and tonics. And I have to say, last night, which was quite impressive, the bar was open from before the show, through the interval, after the show. I think it was the most generous producers bar
by any
I've
miracle
ever seen.
Open now, because it wouldn't be too early. I mean, it is past midday.
Funny you should mention it. But anyway, I have a bulging sack of shows.
Oh God, what a revolting mental image.
To canter through. And thankfully, all of them have either been good or excellent.
Wow.
Which does make life rather jolly. And I'm going to sandwich my slot today.
You're going to sandwich your bulging sack?
I'm going to sandwich my sack with the two excellent shows. So we're going to start and finish with the excellents. And in the middle, we're just going to have stuff that was damn good.
Okay,
Kicking off 2 weeks ago, I went with the very lovely Susie Kennedy, who, of course, as you know,
be still my beating heart.
In her paid life, she is a Marilyn Monroe lookalike. So for the very, very first time in my life, I was papped on the red carpet, going in with Susie, because, of course, we were at All My Sons, which I've got to be honest, written by Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller was married to Marilyn Monroe, etc., etc., etc. So that was not the reason that I invited Susie along that evening. That being said,
any excuse, man, any excuse.
That being said, I must be honest. All My Sons is many, many things, but it is not festive fare. It is Arthur Miller. It's a pretty grim essay on in Miller's opinion, the vacuity, the emptiness of the American dream. It's all about corruption. Not off. It's all about corruption in the American war machine. It's set shortly after the Second World War. A chappie who we learn has two sons, one of whom has died in the war. Over the course of the play, we find out how this gentleman, his industry, he's a very wealthy industrialist. He's made aircraft engines for American fighter pilots. And we also learn very, very early on that his company was involved in a dodgy batch of engines that got fitted, pilots died, etc., based on a true story. Miller is brilliant. It was gripping. I've got to be honest, when I arrived at the theatre, they said, you do know it's 2 hours, 10 minutes straight through. So I thought to myself,
thank God my prostate's okay now.
Well, glad to hear that.
Otherwise, I won't be there.
Indeed. So 2 hours 10, you do think, okay, well, you make yourself comfortable and you take your seat. But I have to say, both myself and Susie observed that the 2 hours 10 absolutely flew by. Bryan Cranston plays this compromised, wealthy industrialist, Joe Keller. And he is, excuse me, if you can hear a buzzing noise in the background, but I'm not sure that you can. It's because my blood pressure is being monitored. Thank God, in that case, I've drawn attention to something.
Are you going to be all right? Do I need to call 999? What's the deal?
Well, we'll find out. Hopefully I can withstand the excitement. So Bryan Cranston is Joe Keller, this morally compromised industrialist. 2 hours, 10 minutes of gorgeous family analysis, debate, critique of America. Miller at his finest. If you think about Miller's great plays. This is one of them. Death of a Salesman, The Crucible.
Yeah.
This is up there. It's one of the best. And with Bryan Cranston helming it, it's fantastic theatre.
He likes the London stage, that fella, doesn't he?
He does, and he makes
because we saw him in oh God, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. Network.
Network. And he's fantastic. He really, I would say it's the best. I haven't seen many takes on All My Sons over the years, but this I think was the finest.
Good.
Beautifully,
Where's it on?
beautifully done. It's on at the Wyndhams. It's not the cheapest of seats because it's the West End, but it is Arthur Miller and it's jolly
For
good.
people who don't live in London, explain what you're going to pay to go and see.
That's a good question. And I haven't looked at the prices. Or one other show coming up, I have looked at the prices. You could be looking at, for the best seats in the house, around about 150 or possibly more. It's a lot of money. And if you're unlikely, however, where you're spared in All My Sons, you're unlikely to be taking your kids for a family treat to see that one.
You.
Yeah, it ain't the Panto. So you are buying 2 tickets or whatever. It's not one that you're going to buy half a dozen tickets for. But I have to say, it's flipping brilliant. Great drama, grim but brilliant. Let me move on to something that's more lighthearted.
Oh, thank God.
Slightly out of town, at Sonning, on the Mill at Sonning, just outside Reading.
Yep.
Where, which is also very charmingly, the Mill at Sonning is a dinner. It's a restaurant theatre. So the ticket includes your 2-course dinner, possibly 3. I'm not sure.
Now you're talking my language.
A 2-course meal, which I have to say, is very pleasant. When I was there, I chose the salmon en croûte, but understandably, there was a festive turkey offering. Some of my fellow critics sitting at the press trough were digging into pie and mash or pie and chips? Pie and chips. The deal is that you sit down, you have your meal. The show then starts. There's a cup of coffee in the interval, and then you go back to the second half.
This is civilized.
So it is very civilized.
Very popular in America. This type of theatre, hugely popular in America, in the boondocks.
The one flip side, the downside of this, of course, is you sit down for dinner, I don't know, somewhere between 6:30 and 7. The show starts at 8:15, which if you're a critic heading, now that's great for the locals, most of whom drive to the theatre. Sure. If you're a critic heading back for the last train and then quite possibly the last tube out of Paddington, not so much the last train into Paddington, but certainly the last tube out, it's a little bit of a challenge when the show doesn't start till 8:15, and it being My Fair Lady, which is a banger of musical.
Oh my God!
Finished till about 11:15. So anyway, that's the restaurant.
But you were running.
And the theatre. I was, but luckily all trains. I listen. Critics luckily are born without hearts, so in that respect, we're
I've met you. I know.
Yeah, we're spared. That's one risk I don't have to think about. Either, both, mate. You take your choice. They get ripped out at birth. It's lovely. The guy who plays Professor Higgins, a young actor called Nadim Narman, I hope that I pronounced that correctly. He's got great credentials. He's been the Phantom. He's been this, that, and the other. And he now has a chance to be Professor Henry Higgins, and he is fantastic as Henry Higgins. Oh yes, very, very good, very, very good indeed.
Okay.
Eliza opposite him is Simbi Akande. She plays Eliza Doolittle, the Cockney flower girl from Listen Grove. Simbi Akande also brings impeccable credentials. She's had a good run in Hamilton, and she certainly knows how to sing extremely well. For me, she didn't quite unlock the depths of the chemistry that can be there between Eliza and Henry Higgins. It's a very complicated relationship. I think you've got to be a genius of an actor to really, really open that one up, as the cast at the Curve Theatre in Leicester did last year, and I'll come on to that shortly. So it's a very special My Fair Lady that can actually make that chemistry truly soar. It's still, look, if you live near Reading, if you live in Berkshire and you want a good night out and a pleasant meal, go to the show. I think tickets there, I think, are about £70, but that includes your dinner.
Well, that sounds like a bargain to me. These
absolutely.
Days, that sounds
Absolutely.
terrific.
Absolutely. It is a great night out. It is. Listen, don't get me wrong. I might have been a little bit picky just then. It is a bloody good show.
Okay.
The guy who plays Alfred Doolittle is, let me just quickly refer to my notes, Mark Monaghan. He is glorious. Absolutely.
It's a great part, though, isn't it? You can have such fun with that part.
Yeah, and he rises to the part spectacularly.
Who plays for God's sake, Colonel Pickering?
Colonel Pickering is played by a chappie called Joe Servey, who also does impeccable work, really captures Pickering's eccentricities, etc., etc. So it's good fun. It's on. I should have actually said All My Sons is on until March.
Okay.
My Fair Lady is on until January the 17th.
It's like a panto run, that one.
It's their Christmas run. It's their Christmas offering.
Okay.
And in fact, in the course of this slot, I'm getting through my non-Christmassy themed shows, getting them dealt with first. So after My Fair Lady, I was then whisked away to the Savoy Theatre on the Strand to see Paddington, the musical.
Now I'm jealous. It's the one thing I would go and see.
Okay, where ticket prices, I have to say, if you go on a peak Saturday night, and you're sat where I was very generously.
What, and miss the wheel? I'm not doing that, mate.
Well, there you go. The ticket prices are
go on.
Extreme.
What? Like
I saw 250 on the website.
Jesus.
Now, that's not for every show, 8 shows a week. But if you want to go...
just let it settle for a second, JB.
Yeah.
Let's go to the theatre. Darling, would you like to go to the theatre? Yes, I would.
And you want to take
500 quid.
No, Russ, what about the kids? It's Paddington.
No. Oh, yeah, it's Paddington. So you got 2 kids.
Not unreasonably, you might have 2 kids.
$1,000.
That's
Dad,
a grand
before you ice cream. That's $2,000.
Correct.
Right.
So
this is ridiculous. It's madness.
The prices are dynamic, and the prices are not at that level all the time. I have to say, let me be clear. But I did take a look into what it was going on. Anyway, Paddington the musical.
Yep.
I have to say, listen, I enjoy Paddington. I possibly don't have the bond to it. Oh, you see what I did there?
Oh, see what he did there, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom. As you do, but it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. Produced by Sonia Friedman. Sonia Friedman has led the production team. She sets the highest standards for anything that she touches.
She knows what she's doing.
Absolutely. You know, if you think about producers such as Sonia Friedman, Cameron McIntosh, Michael Harrison to a degree as well, these people they do not mess about in the quality of the shows, the production values of the shows that they put on. I'm not going to speak to the script of what they deliver. Sometimes that's a bit more debatable, but the production values are outstanding. And Paddington is exquisite to look at. If you were to take your younger members of your family, they would be enraptured by it. And I have to say, the oohs and ahs as Paddington first appears on stage, and then of course he dons the red cap and he dons the blue Anna, the duffel coat. I could hear countless grown-ups around me sobbing.
Oh, for God's sake.
And it is gorgeous. The staging is brilliant. The designs, first of all, are fantastic. Little bits of projections here and there, some gorgeous scenery. The Paddington costume and the way Paddington is created is
And how do they do
insanely
that?
fantastic.
It's an actor, child actor? What's the deal?
There is an actor inside the Paddington suit.
Bet that's
On
hot.
stage,
Oh,
obviously,
yep.
being Paddington. Off stage is another actor who is voicing Paddington and who is also in charge of the animatronic mouth and blinking eyes. So he is able,
God.
as he talks, to make the mouth move. The actor on stage is responsible for moving around and being in the right place and giving the Paddington walk and whatever it may be. And it is the most brilliant union of performers. There are some great cameos in the cast. Bonnie Langford pops up as Mrs. Bird, the neighbor and busybody, who's very kindly. But Bonnie, she is fantastic.
Presumably Hillary O'Neill was busy.
She can high kick, do the splits. She is a flipping trooper, and she brings the house down. Oh, but she does it with class. She does it. She does it, and she's still got it, and she's flipping brilliant. In a different modest role, there's a chap called Tom Eden. That name may not mean a great deal to you. Tom Eden was, I believe, he was in the first cast of One Man, Two Governors. He's the guy that was the waiter that was falling down and things like that. He's a brilliant guy when it comes to physical comedy. One of the most expressive actors we've got around in the country. Tom Eden is brilliant. He has a role as sort of a baddie who gets redeemed and finds his good side as the story pans out.
Much like your good self.
So
close.
Thank you so much.
Parallel life, isn't it?
And Victoria Hamilton Barrett plays the wicked taxidermist who's out to catch Paddington and kill him and stuff him for her collection. And she's brilliant as well. Deserves every boo that she gets. It really is gorgeous, the work that they do.
So when is the atmosphere like a panto where the audience feels they can interact?
No. Though I have to say, Tom Eden does breach, to use the phrase, he breaches the fourth wall from time to time, and does give knowing comments to the audience that we all laugh along at. But the answer is no, it is not a pantomime.
Okay,
you do not.
Just when you were saying he was getting booed, and
only when she took her bows and whatever. And I think possibly there might have been a boo for her during the show, all in line with the story. I don't. There probably wasn't, but she certainly at the end got a boo before a cheer, which was quite lovely.
You suck! Yeah.
She was a brilliant villain.
Good.
And then it comes to the curtain calls of the show, and of course all the cast come on, and of course a massive whoop for Bonnie Langford. They all take their bows, and then of course the two actors who've made Paddington come to life come on. Firstly, Paddington comes on in Paddington's costume, holding hands with the young man who we've seen very briefly walking into the antiques shop at the beginning to pick up the stuffed Paddington off the shelf, and then he disappears, and we learn he becomes the voice. Then then Paddington goes off stage. Then Paddington, the actor, comes back on stage, completely out of Paddington costume. The actor on the night that I was there, and I was really glad to be there because I didn't see the main Paddington. I saw the alternate Paddington, a woman.
Ersatz Paddington, we call it.
She was fantastic, Russ. And whereas all the reviews were quoting Artie Shah, who's the actress who's in the press photos, albeit in Paddington costume, I saw Abby Purvis on the night. She was magical. She is it appropriate to say she is a dwarf? She has dwarfism. She was the final star of the show to take her bow. And rightly so. And I have to say, I've got to be honest, at that moment when she came on in jeans and a t-shirt, having been inside I have to say I may have possibly shed a tear or two, because it was such a celebration. And in fact, the program notes indicated this was this woman's first time on a West End stage.
Oh, bless.
And she was outstanding. Just gorgeous. So, Paddington was was just very lovely. It's the only way to describe it. As I
I'm
say,
so,
it ain't
I'm so
cheap.
glad they didn't nose it up. I'm so happy they gave it
What do
the
you mean?
respect it deserved. Well, you know, you can take some. How many times we see it? You take something that's really beloved and is in your heart and, you know, in your DNA, and they screw it up. And it's
It is
so
beloved.
lovely that they haven't.
The politics of the show and its love for London, as is today, great. I'll say that the politics of the script written by Jessica Swales grated a bit on me at times. I'll leave it at that.
Did
But
Paddington just come out and go, Sadiq Khan, the greatest mayor that London's ever seen?
I think that they must have scratched those lines from the script, but believe me, I'm sure they must have been there in the first draft. So let's leave it at that. But that being said, it was gorgeous. As a
Why
piece
they
of
got
theatre,
a bloody well shoehorn in politics to Paddington?
I wouldn't listen. They didn't shoehorn in the politics. It was just the way it was presented and whatever. So that to me, as I say, I
what, like because he was an immigrant. Is that the deal?
That's you're there. I don't want to labour the point too much.
No, I get it.
It wasn't. It was not a party political.
Thank God for that.
But But you know, Paddington is all of course. Paddington is of course all about loving the bear who's come from Peru and whatever. Yeah. But my overarching comment: good theatre. If you can afford it and you love it, then go and see it. Because when you see this very lovable teddy bear on stage, your heart will melt. The only way to describe it. It's done brilliantly. It's theatre craft at its best. Moving now into the festive shows of the week.
I might get a coffee now.
Off to Watford. I took myself to Watford to support my local pantomime, which this year is Jack and the Beanstalk. Featuring the pre-recorded voice of Stephen Fry as the giant.
For God's sake.
And it's good fun. That's what I would say. If you're in that part of Hertfordshire or that part of Northwest London, and you want to take your kids to a panto,
and if you can get your way through the one-way system and find your way out of the Watford's one-way system, good luck.
First half, a little bit slow, though I have to say the first half has a brilliant take of Alicia Keys' song Empire State of Mind, which is, you know, it's all about New York and whatever. And they rewrite that to the way Alicia Keys sings New York, the cast all sing that tune to Watford, which quite.
Mind you, I gotta say, in Watford's defence, Watford General Hospital's featured large in my life this year, as have most of the hospitals in a radius of 50 miles. But
it was good.
Big shout out to Watford General Hospital. They were
the show was good fun. Luton gets a fair old bashing. Who's in it? There are no celebs, other than Stephen Fry's voice.
Nobody from Corrie. Nobody from EastEnders.
No. The chap playing Jack is Imad Eldin. Who's he's good, but nothing's bad. A rather excellent young woman playing Fair Enough. Lauren Azim. Fair Enough. Boom boom. You see what they did there. Lauren Azemia, who interestingly, when it came for the kiddies to be brought up from the audience, it was her two little kids who came on stage.
I used to do that. I used to do that. One of the pantos I did. We used to do the one in.
You were the one that sort of held the microphone down for the kids.
No, I did all that, and they deliberately, because I got very friendly with the stage crew and everything, and they brought up a kid who only spoke French in front of 1,800 people. Only spoke French.
What was quite lovely was Fair Enough's kids were brought up, and of course they were asked, "Who's your favourite character?" And they said, "My mum," or the fairy, or whatever. It was lovely. It was lovely. Yeah. If you want a good local panto, it is a lovely local panto.
Good for them.
At the other end of the panto scale, which is where I was last night.
Don't tell me you were at the Palladium. I'm going to be really hacked off if you got to the Palladium.
No, I wasn't at the Palladium.
I'm not sure I've forgiven you for the Savoy Theatre yet.
I was at the Charing Cross Theatre to see Beauty and the Beast, a horny love story.
Oh, dear God.
Indeed.
Oh,
indeed.
Chantal's already blushing. She's in the digital green room. She's
Indeed.
blushing there.
And the two writers who've got great history in
Yeah.
writing adult pantos
Oh,
have
yeah.
taken Beauty and the Beast, transferred it from France to the northernmost Scottish Highlands, where little village of Lickmanochas,
Oh, for God's sake.
which of course is just up the road from Suckmacock.
Oh, God.
Both of which are up the road from Dundushin. Good. Actually,
This
the
is terrible.
pantomime.
I should be more controlled, and I'm not.
You should.
I'm not.
The Dame, played by Matthew Baldwin, it's fantastic. Her name is Flora. As she goes on to explain, she's easily spread.
Spread, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was coming.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
I have to say, because I was disappointed, as you may recall, a couple of weeks ago, by a very, very lame adult pantomime.
Yeah, the one in Hackney, wasn't it?
This was fantastic. It advertises itself as 18 plus. It is absolutely filthy. There's a huge gay theme to it and a little bit of a lesbian theme to it. Go in there with your eyes wide open. The choreography is fun. It's done, I have to say, with fantastic production values. The cast are a blast. The dancing is fun. If you
let me ask you the key question, because I know a lot of people get very huffy, but
and of course the love story is between Beast and a young man, because it's very gay.
Why wouldn't it be? Obviously, of course. Did the audience love it?
Did the audience love it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to repeat not off, but yes, very much.
They love the show. That's it. Because what I was saying is that people get so sniffy about these things, and you're not going to see Arthur Miller.
But the Charing Cross Theatre, is a small house. It's
please don't say Charing Cross.
No, it is. So think of Villiers Street, okay, going down from Charing Cross Station to Embankment, and then you walk down Villiers Street. And you turn right, and there is a tunnel that goes under the Charing Cross railway station, and then the Charing Cross Theatre is a door off. It's opposite. You'll know this, Russ. I'm sure you frequent Heaven very often.
Well, that's where we met.
Oh no! Please don't.
And I just wondered, without the use of talcum powder, how you got into those PVC trousers. But
quite. Anyway, okay. So it's opposite. It's not the back door to Heaven. It's opposite the front door. It's opposite Heaven's front door. So that's basically where the theatre is. And as I say, as adult pantos go, it's an absolute. It is a Christmas cracker.
Good for them.
Go see it if that's what you want.
Yeah,
it's filthy. The only way to describe it, but it's very, very funny. Very, very funny. Some of the gags are carry-on style, some of them a little bit more sophisticated. But just lovely.
Good.
More loveliness of a festive theme is A Christmas Carol up at Alexandra Palace. This is a version that's been around for a few years, albeit I have not seen it before this year. Adapted by Mark Gatiss.
We like him.
And it stars, the star billing is Neil Morrissey, interestingly not as Scrooge, but as Jacob Marley. And a chappie who's very good called Matthew Cottle as Ebenezer Scrooge. And typically, as I'm sure you know, A Christmas Carol opens with Marley was dead. Those were Dickens' opening words. What Mark Gatiss has done is he actually gives us a 5-minute prelude of 7 years, because Marley had been dead 7 years. And you have these two curmudgeonly skinflints sitting on high stools at their ledgers, Neil Morrissey and Matthew Cottle as Marley and Scrooge. And they're sitting there, scribbling away with their quill pens into their ledgers. And then Jacob Marley drops his quill and drops dead. And it's very funny. It's wonderfully staged. And I have to say, all credit to Neil Morrissey, because albeit his character is then dead, he does, of course, come back a few minutes later as Marley Ghost, covered in chains, clanking, telling Scrooge that he's about to be visited by the three spirits. And then throughout the play, Neil Morrissey is an absolute, I'm going to use the word trooper again. He's a star because he dips in and out of multiple roles and various costume changes, because it's not a huge cast, to tell the story. So, there's no airs and graces about Neil Morrissey as star billing, albeit he is the biggest name on the publicity. He's great, pops up in all sorts of things. Matthew Cottle as Scrooge, fantastic. But what's nice about seeing it at Ali, I don't know if you've ever been to the Ali Pali Theatre.
Have I ever? The Ali Pali makes my stomach knot up with nerves because it's where I took all my law exams.
Okay.
Before it was renovated, so it's
the theatre. And I'm looking at the clock. We've hit 12:30. I will be brief. The theatre was an old music hall once upon a time. A very big music hall, I might hasten to add. So its atmosphere is full of Victoriana, and it's a fantastic place to go and see A Christmas Carol. Gorgeous. The tickets are affordable because it's Ali Pali. Don't ask me what they cost, because I couldn't tell you, but they're far from West End prices. And if you want to see A Christmas Carol, I would say it's one of the best takes on A Christmas Carol, and I've seen a few by now. It's lovely. It's just lovely. That's all I can say about it.
We saw it a few years ago at the Bridge with Simon Russell Beale.
Right.
It was, he can do no wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, indeed. Well, this is very lovely, very charming, etc. Let me finish off with another 5-star spectacular, which is The Sound of Music. This is up at Curve Theatre in Leicester. Listen, if anybody wants to jump in their car or jump on a train, well worth the trip. If you live in the Midlands, even more worth the trip because it's a lot nearer. The Sound of Music, which features the same couple who led My Fair Lady last year, a charming young Irish actress or actor, Molly Lynch, and David Seaton Young. She plays Maria. David Seaton Young plays Captain Von Trapp. The chemistry between these two is spectacular. Nikolai Foster, who is the artistic director and directs the big shows in Christmas, has really created a vision of The Sound of Music that I've never seen one as beautiful. The mountains that the show opens to are fantastic, mists cascading down them, little stream. Molly Lynch, and what the director has decided in this production is that everyone speaks in their natural accent. So you have, apart from a couple of the Nazis who are steeped in horrible Germanic stuff, but Molly Lynch is Maria with an Irish brogue. David Seaton Young is English, and it's just lovely. And when Molly has the kids singing "The Hills Are Alive" with The Sound of Music, a little way into Act 1, which is the first time the Captain hears the singing, dear listeners and viewers, I may have shed a tear again. And I've frequently found The Sound of Music to be a little bit boring. This one, I have to say, opened up the show to depths that I had never known before. It is a fantastic show. If you get the chance to go and see it, it's also got a gorgeous cast alongside those two leads. Joanna Riding, who's amassed a number of Oliviers in her career as leading ladies. She plays the Mother Abbess. So she, of course, has the cracking song of Climb Every Mountain. And
Follow Every Dream.
Indeed. Follow every highway until you find your dream. Well, so she's lovely.
Until you find your glasses.
Indeed. So that's very lovely. So I think on that note, having outstayed my welcome,
you've not outstayed your welcome. We could extend the show, but bless you, 7 bangers there, 7 for the price of 1.
All worth seeing.
You've got to pick one. I'm going to go for Paddington. If I was going to see anything.
You could go for Paddington. I've probably got 2 favourites, which will be Beauty and the Beast, A Horny Tale, or Sound of Music.
Wow.
Those to me are the two that I'd happily go back to.
Yeah.
Draw your own conclusions.
Jonathan Baz, you legend.
Lovely.
Thank
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
So much. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bless you. Bye-bye. Isn't he great? I'm going to keep myself small because you know who's coming on now. You know her. I love her. That's it. Where are you? You're in a cafe.
I don't like being in the big picture. Can we have pictures the same size?
No, we can't because you're fabulous and I'm not. No, for God's sake, I'm on drugs. Jesus. All right.
I thought you'd both been on the sherry this morning, you two, the way that the conversation was going.
Do you know something? In all seriousness, I hardly drink at all now. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Not even a little whiskey
once the health thing started hitting, and I was told you can't drink with all these drugs and everything you got to take, and so I kind of stopped. I still occasionally drink, but nowhere near. Nowhere near.
Really?
Yeah. Do I miss it? Yeah. Yeah, you bet. Of course I do. How are you? Where may I inquire? It's none of my business, but you know what I'm like. Where are you?
I'll give
you. Are you
in
China? Are you? The famous pottery line, ladies and gentlemen. Go on, give the pottery. It's fabulous pottery. I love this.
I am down at my brother's, who's just recovering from open heart surgery down in Somerset. At the his
is
pottery
he all right? Most important thing, is he all right?
You know, he's jolly all right. He was very lucky. He was told that actually, unless he'd done something like go and see a doctor, which he finally did, that he might not have been here in a couple of months.
Oh, so Christ, really?
Yeah. So anyway, we're all very happy that he's on the way back up. But I've just come down to
send him our communal love, even from Michelle Vaughan down in Sydney and everybody there.
Absolutely.
And the name of the pottery company, so everyone can buy it, is?
It's called Cornishware.
Cornishware.
Have I never given you one of their beautiful mugs?
No, you bloody haven't.
Okay.
Nothing.
I'm going to go over to the pottery.
Neither have you ever said, Russ, you don't have a life. Why not come with me to China and just be looked after? Russ, come to Egypt with me and enjoy the new museum private tour. No. I'll settle for
Well, I tell you, I have been booked on P&O to do a couple of talks in May next year.
Okay.
So maybe I'll see if they can swing us 2 single rooms instead of a double, and you could come with me.
Well, wait a minute. There's not Russ.
I don't share a room. I don't share.
You don't share. No, forget it. I'm busy.
I'm not sharing.
Really busy in May suddenly. Got to do my sock drawer. Got to alphabetize my pants. I don't know. I've done. If you've never done it, I think we've talked about it in the past. But I've been a guest speaker on cruises, and
well, you should do more of it. It's lovely. P&O are very generous hosts, and I am really looking forward to it.
I did Cunard, P&O, and Fred Olsen. I had to give 3 talks in a week, 45 minutes, about an hour each. Yeah. But I don't like the fact that they mark you like you're at school. It really got on my nerves.
Okay.
They actually mark you.
Well, I suppose in a way they have to find out whether the punters enjoy
if they
what
like
you're saying.
You. LinkedIn user, strange name. Great news, Chantal. Best wishes to your brother. It's not.
Lovely. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah.
So yes, all is good. But
that wasn't Michelle. I don't know who it was because it just says LinkedIn user. I have no idea. I actually have no idea.
Okay.
Well, mystery supporter is.
Well, you did it in the accent that you normally.
I did because I felt like it. I just felt like it. Tramadol does that.
Very confusing.
Yes, right.
Anyway.
Now, I want a big thank you to you. Big thank you to you for suggesting last week
yes.
Malice. Holy God.
So good. So good.
I wrote to Jack Whitehall on Twitter.
Did you?
Of course I did. Not expecting to get mentioning you.
Yeah.
Mentioning you, and he liked it straight away. Got an instant like from Jack White.
Oh, that's lovely.
It is. Wow, it's everything you said and more. It is so creepy.
Yeah, and he's really good as the baddie. I mean,
He's
I think it's really,
unbelievable.
yeah, I
It
think
goes
it'll
back to my
really
point.
extend his
Yeah, it
dramatic
goes back to my
roles.
point that comedians make very good, serious actors. I don't like them in comedy roles because it's comedy roles. That's obvious. But they make fantastic, serious actors, comedians.
Yeah,
Adam Sandler, you know,
good.
Jerry Seinfeld,
Yeah,
Don Rickles, to go back, if you think about him in Casino. And I got to say, Jack Whitehill, absolutely a 360-degree, completely three-dimensional character.
yeah, good.
Brilliant.
Well, I'm
Really good
very
stuff.
pleased to enjoy that.
And as you
I-
said, so rightly, you said they've thrown a fortune out in the production. God, it looks good, doesn't it? Wow. All the stuff in Greece. You think you're there. You really
I
feel,
know.
oh, I'm in Greece.
Yeah. Well, I don't know quite where they're going to take it because don't tell me I haven't got to the end.
But neither have I. Neither have I. Do you know, it upset me so much. I couldn't keep binge. Normally I binge watch. And
Yeah.
I couldn't because it was really freaking me out.
Oh,
be honest
there's
with you.
so much good telly on at the moment. I
Yeah.
mean,
Have
I
you
can't
seen
keep up with it.
what's it called? Oh, I've got the word wrong. Telemanca?
Tell no. Is it called Tell No One?
No,
Something
no,
like
no, no,
that?
no, no, no. I'm not having a stroke. It's called Telemanca. God's sake. I think it's called Telemanca. Look it
No,
up.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what it
you haven't
is.
seen it? Holy
No.
God, with David Duchovny? Well, not David Duchovny. I got the wrong
No,
show.
David Duchovny
With-
is in the thing with
No,
Jack
it's in
Whitehall.
Malice. Give me a second. You carry on. Give me a sec. I'm going to find it. Carry on.
Right.
I'm looking it up now.
Well, okay. You look. This
I'm
is
looking
very
it up.
confusing.
I'm going mad here. Right. Hang
Okay. What I am going to tell you about actually is a series that already is unputdownable. That's if you can put down a series or not put it down, which is
I'm listening.
has grabbed me in the same way that Malice did, which is on
Oh.
Netflix and with the actress Claire Danes, who always plays somebody completely
We like
paranoid
her.
and completely bonkers, alongside Matthew Rhys, the
Romeo
lovely
and
Welsh
Juliet.
actor.
There, Dane.
Romeo
Oh, yes,
and
she's good.
Juliet. It is not Romeo and Juliet.
She was in Romeo and Juliet.
Was she? Oh,
What was
she
it
was in
then?
Romeo.
Oh, excuse-moi.
Was she?
Who was opposite Leonardo DiCaprio then?
Well, it was.
And they didn't get
was
on.
It Claire?
Claire Danes.
No.
Yes.
God, well, that's
Yes.
completely passed me by. How many millions of decades ago was that?
A long time. I'm very old. I don't care.
In that case, I had completely forgotten that she had.
Yeah, she
Ever
didn't like
been a-
that. She didn't.
a
She was
movie
offered.
actress?
Claire Danes. May I just tell you, young lady?
Yes.
Claire Danes was offered the lead in Titanic and turned it down.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
She decided she did not want that career trajectory. She didn't want to be the huge star. And she knew if she took the role,
Yeah.
which Kate Winslet did, of course, which propelled her into superstardom, she
Yeah.
would be that. And she didn't want that in her life, which I think is
That's
an
interesting.
amazing and brave and terrific decision to take charge of your life. and
Indeed.
just not follow the money. Great.
Well, she's certainly become more known as a television actress
Has she?
than a
Yeah.
movie actress.
Okay.
I mean, after Homeland, I mean, she was such a major international superstar. Do you
I
remember
never saw that.
Homeland?
No, I never saw it.
Didn't see her.
It was-
Oh, you're a crazy person.
I know. I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah, okay. You really need to just wind the clock back 10 or 15 years and go and see all of those TV
Matey,
series.
I have just
series.
started. Listen to me. I have just started. Talk about late to the freaking
On the
party.
buses? No? On
No,
the
I'm not that
buses?
far advanced. Honestly, I'm just watching Sunday night. I'm watching the Black and White Minstrel Show.
Oh,
actually.
Sunday night
It's
at the London
marvelous. What a
Palladium.
great show that is. Do you know it used to get 14 million people a week?
I know. Can't you believe
14
it?
million. No, I've just started watching season 1
Of.
Stranger Things.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
You know you're not the target audience, don't you?
Why? Because
You know
I'm
you're
drugged off
not-
my face. Why? Why am I
No,
not the
'cause you're
target
not.
audience?
15 and wearing a rah-rah skirt. It's not aimed at
You don't know
us.
that. You can only see
Well-
me from here down to there. You've no
Well, I
idea.
know you're not. I know you're not 15 because I've known you 20 years.
You've known
But no,
me.
it is
You've
aimed
known
at the
me long.
kids.
Whoa! You've known me longer now. Isn't
I
that worrying?
have.
You've actually
It
known me
is.
longer than 20 years. Yeah.
You're
Is it
right.
not aimed at me? Oh, all right.
No,
then
it's aimed
forget
at
it.
kids.
I will forget
Well, I
it.
mean,
I'll
watch
give
it
I'll give it up.
anyway.
No,
But it's, you know, it's a YA, young adults. It's
YA.
that's youth, youth audience, youth.
Or is it Ute?
as
Ute. It's the Ute.
Janet Street
Sorry.
Porter would have called it. Youth.
Ute. She's still
Yeah.
alive. Janet Street
Yes.
Porter's still alive.
I saw,
Okay.
yeah, she is. I saw her on something quite recently. I can't remember what.
Okay. On the buses.
Yeah,
again.
she's still
She
rocking
played
it.
Olive.
No.
It's the reboot of On the Buses. Janet Street Porter plays Olive. Stephen Fry is Blakey.
Yeah.
And Colin Farrell plays Reg Farley. There we go. There's
Much better
casting for you.
casting.
That would be
Much
my
better
idea of
casting.
casting.
Who was on the buses? Was it Reg Varney?
It was the great Reg Varney. What is Reg Varney's great thing? He's
I have
claim to
no
fame.
idea. I have no idea.
This will freak you out. Are you ready?
Okay, you're going
Reg
to tell me
Varney
he was an
was the first-
RSC actor.
Don't be
No.
silly. I'm the one on tramadol, not you. Reg Varney was
Yes.
the first person to ever use a cash dispensing machine in the United Kingdom.
Actually, I did know this because we had this conversation about a month ago.
I know.
And I completely forgot.
Forgive me. I probably got Alzheimer's now. I don't know. Top of everything else this year. God.
No, I think it might have been Phil Dave who reminded me of that. Anyway, who knows?
Whatever happened to Phil Dave?
He'll be back.
He
He'll be back.
in the middle of the night sent me a message and goes, "Oh my God, I've just finished Malice." He was freaked out by it.
Right, listen, can we just get back? Can we just get back to this thing I'm going
To
to
my
tell you
free
watch?
mug that I'm getting from your brother. Yes, let's
With
get
the
back.
free
What
mug
colours
that
are
you'll
av-
get from
What
my brother.
colours
I'll
are
have to be
available?
terribly nice to me, my brother, before I go and raid the store and come back
Yeah.
with a boot full of mugs.
I'd only need like one. Only me. Me and an
Right.
incontinent dog. Right.
Okay. Now, tonight's viewing, for your pleasure and
Yeah, is.
for the pleasure of those who are with us on this slightly strange journey that we're taking on a Friday morning, is The Beast in Me on Netflix.
Oh yes, The Beast in
8
Me. Yeah, I've seen that
Yes.
advertised.
8-part series with Matthew Rhys and Claire Danes. As I said, always plays somebody completely neurotic. Everybody thinks that she's, batshit crazy. And she is slightly on the edge because it wouldn't be Claire Danes if the character
Obviously.
wasn't slightly on the edge.
Goes
Exactly.
without saying.
So, in fact, I mean, it is very reminiscent of Homeland, the early years, where you just sort of,
Musical.
you don't quite know how far off the edge she's going to go. But anyway,
Uh-huh.
it's very well written. I think it's one of the best thrillers I have seen in a long time.
Oh wow.
And the
Okay.
basic premise is she's a writer with writer's block. She's miles behind. You might understand the position she's in. She's miles behind in delivering her new book. She has.
I'm 2 years behind with my next book so far.
You're not
2
2
years.
years behind.
Of
Oh.
course, I'm more actually. Yeah.
Well, she is 5 years behind, and she is trying to write a book
Amateur,
about
rank amateur.
Ruth Bader. She's trying to write a book about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Anyway, that's an aside. She lives in a very big house that she bought based on the amount of money she made from her last book, which was
Yeah.
about her
I'm in a
fractured
tent.
relationship. Well, she's bought a very nice house somewhere in north of New York or Boston. Anyway,
Oh.
she is in this big house, and the house next door is suddenly occupied by a property millionaire, billionaire type,
Mhm.
who is Matthew Rhys, doing his absolute best to put on an American accent. That's not to say it's bad, but it doesn't feel as authentic as his Welsh lilt, let's put it that way.
Yes. Yes.
And he moves in next door, but he has a backstory. And the backstory is that his original wife, he's now got wife number 2, but his original wife died and the body was never found. And everybody thinks he did it. But
He did it.
nobody's ever,
He did her in.
nobody's ever been able to prove it. Anyway, he
Uh-huh.
moves in next door. There's immediate tension between the Claire Danes character, the paranoid writer, and the Matthew Rhys character, the millionaire, billionaire property guy, because he wants to create a running trail through the local woods. And he
Okay.
tries to buy her agreement. She says she doesn't want a concrete running trail going through the woods.
Right.
Anyway, you can see tension mounts very, very quickly in their relationship. And what starts not even well just gets worse. People start disappearing. That's very strange. One wonders what that is all about.
Yep.
She tries to encourage the FBI to look into what is happening in this character's life. FBI thinks she's a bit of a mad bird. They're not really picking up the signs. So she decides that she is going to make him the subject of her next book.
Big
So
mistake.
Such a big mistake.
Big error there, Claire, if I may say so.
Big,
Claire,
indeed.
move
but
on.
It's
another
going to
subject.
give us, well, it's going to give us 8 hours of enormous pleasure seeing how she manages to winkle herself out of an extremely dangerous situation which she is going to get herself into. Anyway, listen, it's all I can tell you is it's brilliant. The first episode is so good. Having watched the first episode, and I thought, bloody hell, this is great. I then checked up on all the reviews, and everybody is saying 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars.
Good,
Best thing you've seen all year, and they will win Emmys and
That's Netflix,
BAFTAs
isn't it? That's on Netflix.
Netflix.
I got it confused with the new one they've got. Is somebody again? It's a writer who's out of ideas and then wants to use a serial killer to help write the book. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, right. Fine. Yes, right. The follow-up to The Gatekeeper.
It's an idea.
Russ Kane joins the
not the best
satanic
idea
cult
they ever came up
and
with.
dedicates his life to Lucifer. What could go wrong? Okay.
Oh dear. Anyway, The Beast in Me on Netflix.
Okay.
I highly, highly, highly recommend. Do not pass go. Do not pick up £200. Get yourself onto the sofa this afternoon and turn on Netflix. Eat a mince pie. Take your shoes off and just sit back and have a really
You're very
good Friday
busy. I didn't even make a list of the things I've now got to do. Take my shoes off. I've got to eat. It means I've got to go out and buy a mince pie, which I don't have.
You haven't bought any mince pies yet?
No. I'm not crazy about them. They're all right. I'm not wild about them.
Oh, I love a mince pie.
Do you?
Yeah.
One of my favorite funeral directors, who I've been starting to work with, and we're getting on very well. And she just did a whole post about mince pies on Facebook.
Gotta love a mince pie.
Yeah.
Okay,
but they're pretty good.
Maybe.
But they're good. But they're very. Her ones are Tesco's, by the way. She's raving about the Tesco's mince pie. And she's a pretty classy act. Let me tell you, this lady, classy act.
Okay.
So there we go. Anyway, the show that I was talking about. Features the actress who was Lady whatever it is from Downton Abbey. You know, the American married to the Lord.
Yes.
I can't remember her name. She used to be in a rock band.
Crikey. I know her.
It'll come. Anyway, this is really good because it's really good. And gotta find the name of it. You carry on. I'm determined to find the damn name of it.
Okay.
It's really, all right. I did binge watch the whole thing. I couldn't wait for it. The next episode. It was terrific.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you about a Chris Hemsworth documentary that's just come out. Lovely Chris Hemsworth, the Australian
we like him.
actor. Yeah, like him. Very easy on the eye, as are
Liam's brother.
The rest of the family. Indeed. Grew up in a sort of hippy-dippy household. A dad called Craig.
Easy on the eye. Oh, here it is. Talamasca. I wasn't wrong. Talamasca.
That's a whiskey.
Oh my God, was it good?
No. Okay.
It
all right.
was
Talamasca.
Terrific.
Right. That's for me then. Talamasca is for me.
You won't like it. I'm telling you now. You won't like it. But it's really good. Really.
Well, I might try it out. Okay. So Chris Hemsworth.
It's really good.
Chris Hemsworth has a gorgeous dad called Craig, who is 71. This is a documentary. This is not Chris Hemsworth as
this was a new
Thor.
Story you were
This is Chris Hemsworth as son of a very nice bloke called Craig, who is in the early stages of dementia.
Oh,
and
71.
Together,
Jesus, that's rough.
71. And together they go down memory lane. It's something called reminiscence Therapy, which I had never heard of in my life.
Yeah.
And he and his dad go on a road trip and go back to where they used to live.
This is my nightmare.
Well,
This
it
is
is
my
my
absolute
nightmare.
nightmare, getting
So
dementia. It's my
beautifully
nightmare.
done. Oh dear, I know, but we've lost our mums and dads already. So anyway,
So who would look after us?
Well, we'll all have to look after each other.
I'm going to ask you a question. You're way younger than me, right? All right, I'm going to ask you a serious
way
question.
younger than you.
You kind of are in my head, but all right, you're young. All right, I'll adjust it. I'll edit my context. You're young.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I was discussing this with a few pals of mine, and when you're trying to think of a word, normally you just go, shit, forget it. And now, when I start to think of a word and I can't get it, I really get worried.
Oh.
I really get. My mum had dementia for 14 years, and
I know. Well,
it was just the worst. The worst. That's my dog collapsing again. But it's no. She just, bless her. I've rescued her. Oh, God. Anyway, it's terrible, dementia. And
all I can tell you is
the same.
Yeah, I think it's everybody's fear, really. But you should watch this documentary because it is very hopeful and very helpful. And I didn't come away feeling that the future was bleak. I came away thinking that there are wonderful things that we can do to help those around us, including this thing called reminiscence therapy. Now, clearly, Chris Hemsworth has got a bob or two.
Just a bit.
So what he wanted to do was take his father back to the place that they grew up. But the clever thing about this documentary is that he phoned the props department and he said, knock on the door of our old house, get into to see the owners, ask them if they don't mind moving out for a couple of weeks whilst we completely redecorate the house and repopulate it from photographs with every item that used to be in the house. So that when his father walks into the house, he is walking into the house that effectively they had left when the boys were kids. But everything is a memory of that time. And the thing starts with Chris Hemsworth, a photograph of him as a little boy of 5 or 6 with his dad behind him. And actually, what is extraordinary is that his father is identical to him as now a man who's got little children, to Chris. They are so similar facially that this photograph is just, it's sort of heart-stopping. It's interesting
you say this because in my mum, eventually we had to keep moving her because we ran out of money, to be perfectly honest with you. But she was in 4 different care homes. All of them were wonderful. All of them were wonderful. Wonderful. I've got nothing but praise for all of them. They were fantastic, okay? And the people who ran them were angels and the staff were magnificent. Because you hear a lot of horror stories. But they had a lot of stuff to spur their memory.
Did they?
In artifacts, bits of furniture, paintings, music, to take them back to, I'm getting upset even thinking about it, earlier time. Yeah, so but I understand what... I get that.
I'd never heard of this.
Oh, yeah. And I make them feel. They want to make them feel at a time and place where they were comfortable.
Right.
And that's how it
makes
works.
Sense. Now that I know about
it makes perfect sense because they're living. Well, not my mum. She didn't know what planet she was on, but a lot of people are living in the past.
Yeah.
And if they're happy there, it's the best you could wish for.
Well, it's a nice place to take them. If they're happy there, it's a beautiful place to take them. Anyway, all I can tell you is this lovely documentary. It's on Nat Geo, which some people will get on their satellite feeds through various
Nat Geo. That used to be National Geographic before it got
National Geographic. Sorry, National Geographic. It's either on Nat Geo. It's only a 1-hour documentary. Okay. It's also on Disney Plus, who with the original production company. And if you can find it, it's definitely worth watching. It is not.
What is the name of this?
It's just called Chris Hemsworth: A Road Trip to Remember. It is what it says on the tin.
Okay.
And it's much better than you think it's going to be. I mean, there are so many documentaries out there with dads and their sons, or mums and their daughters, or, and these sort of mismatched not mismatched, but these celebrity family jaunts.
Yeah.
But actually, this is so much better because there's a real reason to be doing it.
I don't mind those, mum and son and dad or whatever. I don't mind those things too much.
Well, they're normally quite self-serving. That's what
of course they are. Of course.
Yeah. And that's a bit irritating. And in a way, the nice thing about Chris Hemsworth, he doesn't even mention his career. He isn't the story.
Are you going to say he doesn't have long blonde hair and a hammer?
He hasn't got long blonde hair and a hammer,
I'm not going to watch
still looks fabulous.
No, he's a good-looking fella. No, he's a handsome guy. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I like his films. I like his sense of humor. He looks like the sort of guy who doesn't take himself desperately seriously.
No, but there is a very sensitive side to him. And when you meet his mum and dad, you realize why he and his brother are such nice people.
No.
Sort of gorgeous. And it really is a sort of little peep inside a family unit. And I think it was adorable, actually. Really good.
70, I got to say that 71, boy, that's a lousy hand to be dealt when you start. I know. Although I got to say something to you. I remember, excuse me, digressing for a second, but I think it's important stuff. That I remember being in one of the care homes, and I assumed this lady with her two daughters was visiting like a grandmother or something like that.
Yeah.
No. Because the woman was in her 40s, very attractive woman and everything. And no, the daughters were visiting her.
Yeah, that's tricky.
And you think,
well, Fiona Phillips, I mean, she was diagnosed at 60, wasn't she, Fiona Phillips?
Was she?
Yeah. So her husband.
There's no rhyme or reason. It's like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Anyway, there are things that we can do to make it easier.
Oh, and this is coming from Dave Sleet. Look at this. Anthony Sleet, my old man, used to design sensory gardens for retirement homes. Yes, using sensory plants, etc., to provoke memories.
Oh, how lovely.
It's hugely important. It's so important. Yes, gorgeous thing to do. Well done, Dave Sleet. Your
really nice thing
obviously
to do.
Well, that's gifted as
great
you.
Additional information. Anyway, so there are things we can do to help. However sad it is, there are rays of sunshine, and there are
because you're watching somebody disappear, and that's just tragic, and you feel useless because you are.
Anyway,
now I'm thinking. I know. Well, just before you dash off, right? I'm thinking blue stripes and red stripes never goes amiss. Never goes amiss.
And
yeah,
red.
Blue stripes.
Do you want blue or do you want red? Red. You want red?
No, blue maybe. Maybe blue's less aggressive. Maybe blue. Blue is the colour. Cornish pottery is the name.
With that, I will go and see if I can wrestle the
Please
keys off
wish your brother a full and speedy recovery. That's the most important.
I will. Thank you for that.
I know we muck about a lot, but please do. And I'm so pleased he's doing so well. That is great.
Thank you. That's very kind. And you have a good weekend too.
Thank you very much. I can drive again. Yay. And I'm able to walk. So I'm very happy. I'm much improved. Fantastic. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Great seeing you. And see you again next Friday.
And you. Isn't she the best? Isn't she just the best? She's marvelous. Now, we've got through a whole week. That's been lovely. Thank you for all your company. Thank you, as I always say, because your comments, they drive the show. They push it into interesting and fascinating areas we didn't even think about when I press the go button for each time. Thank you to Neil Long for all his guests this week. Thank you to Chantal, to Jonathan. Most of all, thank you to you, because without you, what's the point? I talked to myself enough. We will see you. What's the last? Is Malice? Hang on. Right, I'll answer this because it's my time. Is Malice really scary? Should I watch it? Oh, for God's sake, Julie, don't be silly. It's all set in daylight. Most of it's set in daylight, so don't worry about it. And you'll enjoy it. It's really, really. It's not scary like woo. It's like watching someone who is so not the potato. I'll leave it at that. Jack Whitehall, fantastic. Right. Okay. That's it. Because I've got to go and do my podcast and record it now. It's Walk the Talk, The Hero's Journey, which you can always get on, what can you get it on? You can get it on, what do you call it? Apple. You can get it on Spotify. You can get it on anything, really. Walk the Talk, The Hero's Journey. We'll be back on Monday with a fair wind. Have a great weekend, everybody. And as I always say, no hurty words. You know what I mean?